Hello everybody, today I'm bringing you this photo collage of my grandson and my stepson and daughter-in-law at the zoo for Easter in our area. I did not pull that photo collage together. They actually did that when they posted to Facebook, and I like to steal their photos from Facebook, which they know about and they perfectly condone. So I can't tell you what app they used because I didn't actually use it myself. I am going to be using some Bella Boulevard papers here. I love how fun and bright they are. And the other thing I pulled is I pulled those florals, I guess that need to be fussy cut. I've had them hanging around in my Bella Boulevard stash for a while and I want to use them. So what I did there is I just found this really cute 3x4 card that says just the blank of us. It's from the L Studio 2015 kit, and I am going to use that. One of the reasons that's important is that there is another child in here. My other grandson is 3 weeks old in this photo, or not quite 3 weeks old. He's 2 weeks and 5 days old in this photo, but he was left at home. So this was an outing for my older grandson, who is the big brother now. I'm just pulling some things to try to use with that, just the blank of us card, and I'm gonna end up making it say just the three of us. Just trying to pull some other embellishments, and I decided I better get this paper glued down. So the paper I'm gluing down there is the Bella Boulevard. It's the stripe paper, and that stripe paper is from Bella Boulevard. It's from the Color Chaos line, and it's called Months. There are 3x4 cards with months on the back. And then the blue paper that's behind is also from Bella Boulevard. Ironically, it's from the brand new Zoo Crew, or the Zoo Crew collection, and the color there is called Snakeskin, or the paper name is actually called Snakeskin. What I did there too is I grabbed a little paper bag to use as part of that embellishment cluster. It's not going to stay there. I'm going to move it eventually. But that polka dot bag is from the Paper Studio, and the Paper Studio is Hobby Lobby's own line. So it's from Hobby Lobby, and it's called Mini Craft Sacks. So they are fairly small. They come in all sorts of different really cute bright colors. And I just fussy cut those flowers. Those flowers are actually from a wedding collection. They are from the Bella Boulevard Love and Marriage collection from the Cute Cut sheet. So how fun that I get to use some wedding piece on another layout. They just reminded me of spring, and like I said, I've had them around for quite a while, and I thought it was time for them to go away. So up at the top there, just at the top on the right side of the frame, are some pieces from the L Studios Cameron collection, and I'm going to end up not using anything from that collection. And then I pulled some cards from a couple of Bella Boulevard ephemera packs that I'll talk to you about as I look at them. So that first 3x4 card, I have a bigger camera, and then I have a smaller camera there that I'm kind of playing around with using. That little journaling spot right there that says Special Notes is from the L Studio March 2015 kit, and I am going to use that to do my journaling. I also pulled this little chipboard arrow there that says This, and it matches the yellow perfectly. It's from Heidi Swap. It's from her chipboard stickers, and I bought the pack at Michael's. It doesn't have a name on it, so I'm sorry about that, but I can't figure that out. And honestly, I put it in the middle of the photograph, and I'm going to come to regret that choice. I wish I hadn't done that, but it's down, and I can't do anything about that, so it's going to stay there. I kind of made this point to the photo of the three of them, and I just thought that was kind of cute because this is a special outing for my grandson without his new baby brother, because obviously when you have a new baby in the house, a lot of the time is spent with the new baby and focusing on the new baby. So I just thought it was kind of nice that he got some time alone with his parents. So, and the other thing is a lot of times, by the way, when I'm not sure about where an embellishment goes, I put it on a piece of wax paper and then I can move it around. But this time I thought I was sure about it and later decided I wasn't. But anyway, it's fine. It's minor in the scheme of the whole layout. So right now I'm futzing around with where I'm going to put those flowers. I'm just not, I kind of wish I had a third one, but I don't. So I'm going to have to deal with the fact that I only have two. And I'm just not loving where the leaves are being placed. So what I'm going to do is I cut the leaves off that yellow one, which will help me now get the positioning down for everything. And so I've kind of left things mostly in place as I've glued them down, but not completely. What I did there is I grabbed my huge roll of Scotch 3M foam tape. You can get that on Amazon. It's 36 yards, I believe, by ½ inch. It's huge. That roll is small now compared to what it was. It was like, 2 or 3 times the size that it is at the moment. But there's a ton of it left. I think they're about $30 on Amazon when you buy them, but trust me, this has lasted me like 1.5 years or 2 years. So now I'm trying to decide, I like that camera, where I want to put that camera, and I decide, you know what, I don't like the card, so I'm going to cut the element out of the card and make that work for me. And that's one thing that I've really been trying to do more of, especially with these Bella Boulevard packs. They had these, and that one, the small camera there is from the Bella Boulevard Candid cards from the Lucky Stars collection. I'm finding I don't like using the square card. For some reason, I'm just having a hard time with that. So I'm trying to cut the elements out of those cards if I like them. And that's what I'm going to do here with that one. So I cut the small camera out there. And I am going to cut the larger camera out. What I was trying to do is to decide, because I don't have a third flower, I would have liked that either on the bottom or on the top. So that was the Cute Cuts sheet from the Love and Marriage collection. So what I decided, I don't have it, so I'm going to just have to deal with it. And I decided to cut this larger camera out from the 3x4 card there. The other card was a 2x2 card. That large camera is from the Bella Boulevard Candid Cards collection, from the Candid Cards from the Family Forever collection. So I was thinking at first that I might put that kind of on top, although I'm mindful of the fact that I think that's where my title is going to go. That's where I think I decided, oh, do I really want that arrow there? But it's down so far, I'm not going to get it. And I decided, you know what? I think I really like that camera up on top of that bag. It just sort of helps bring that whole embellishment area to the right of the photos together. So I'm trying to decide, am I going to do it at the bottom or am I going to do it at the top, bottom, top, bottom, top? And now that I'm looking at this, I'm very glad that it ended up at the top. I thought it was a little bit crowded when it was sitting right there next to just the 3 of us cards. So what I did here is I pulled my yellow alphas, and the yellow alpha that I'm going to pull first for the beginning part of the title. And I really wanted to call it Easter Fun at the Zoo, but I realized that this alpha was going to be really probably too big for that. So I start thinking that I'm going to call it Easter Fun, and I changed that. The alpha that I'm using there is the American Crafts Thickers. The font is Boardwalk and the color is Honeycomb, and I love this font. I think I have like 3 packages of these in various states of use. It's going to make me very sad when I use the last of it. And I know that I want to title this, or that card, to say just the 3 of us. So I put that 3 on there. I'm eventually going to change that 3 to something smaller though, because I think it's a little bit too bright and bold. It's almost like the 3 is drawing focus away from the card. Now, if you're noticing right now, or if you noticed as I was putting these on, I was out of E's. So I'm going to use C's instead to fix that. I do that a lot where I use letters and make other letters out of them. It's pretty simple to do, to turn a C into an E, and you'll see that in just a second. So I did put this on my wax paper to get it positioned, and then I decided I don't like the position, so I have to reposition all the letters, which sometimes that just happens. They are foam, and sometimes they don't sit right when you put them down. So I'm playing a little bit with that as I work here. What I decided here was there was too much space between the first word, the Easter word, and the fun word as I'm looking at that. And I'm glad I changed it because I really don't like it as I'm looking at it now. What I did do, however, before I changed it though, is I took a period and I added it right to the middle of the C. You'll see that in just a second. And that makes the C into an E, which how cool is that? You get a lot more mileage out of your letters doing that kind of a thing. I cut letters up and change them around. Thank you to my friend Abby, who I don't believe watches my videos, but she did that years ago when we were cropping together, and I've done that ever since. You can turn M's into N's and U's into N's just by flipping them. Lots of good things. I turn 8s into S's all the time. So I've got the Easter fun. I'm not liking that 3 because it's too big, and I go to this brand new alphabet that I have and I pull out the 3, and it's much smaller. Now do you see what I mean, that as you're looking at that, the 3 is less in your face. It's there, it's putting a pop of yellow on that card there, but it's not like so crazy in your face. That 3, and when I add the second half of this title, is from the Paper Studio, just so that you have that. And it's from the Paper Studio. It's called Alphabet Stickers, and it's the Mozzarella Yellow. That's what the color is called. So what I did is I was thinking about doing the second part of my title perhaps in those Simple Stories stickers there. It's from the Simple Stories Snap Studio, the Snap Stickers collection. It's called Typeset. This is quite a few years old. They have newer collections, and so I just pulled a couple of those. The bottom one sticker says Remember, and the one that I'm going to put on the right in just a second, not there, but I'm going to put it down by the flowers. I decided to take that one up. Says Adored and Loved, which I thought was kind of cute because they definitely adore and love their oldest son there. I love that pink. It's bright pink. Part of the reason I didn't use that for the second half of my title was that I didn't have enough of the letters. I'm looking at that right now to use them. The other thing is those tile stickers, because I think I'm going to put the second half of the title below the photos there. They would have been way too small. So I'm looking again at the foam alpha from the Paper Studio there. The Mozzarella Yellow, which I think is funny. It had an @ sign. So I was thinking, originally, I was starting to think that maybe I would use the @ sign from this alphabet and then use the pink stickers to say the zoo, but I realized as I was kind of looking at the @ sign that I would probably have enough room to get the zoo in on the bottom there, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So it's kind of cute, you know, the font there is pretty thin compared to a lot of the Thickers font, so it's kind of nice, something a little bit different. I have a Thickers addiction. I'm just gonna throw that out there. They are, most of the time I use at least Thickers in some way, shape, or form on my titles. And it's a good thing too, because I have a lot of them. Someday when I do a scrapbook room tour, I'm going to have to confess to it. So what I'm doing here now is I'm just doing the journaling, and I'm just about done. So I have a still shot at the end and a couple of detail shots. As always, I hope you are all well, and I will talk to you soon in another video. Bye!